Hello and welcome to People Human Rights, People Human Rights 2020.com. I am Olga. This is our 19th video. Which is about how to detecting the what is not working, detecting the bad, the causes of the wrong doing, of the wrong happening. So because if we want to heal something, we need to detect exactly what that thing is and what are the causes. So how we say, just something that people already know, but yeah, so there is the fight nowadays, big fight. It has always been, but now it's the end of times, and it's increasing, the fight between the good and evil. And so there is on one side the evil people who from which comes the people that we call the imperialists, people who destroy the world. They have killed a lot of people around the world. They have killed a lot of people who invented good thing in science or medical, and to steal their inventions, they commit genocides everywhere. And they just bring pestilence and Babel Towers, yes, what I call Babel Towers, which are the skyscrapers. And we will start to read Genesis 11:4-9. Genesis 11. Verses 4-9. Then they said, come, let us build ourselves a city. And then they said, come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, if, as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other. And so the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there, the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. of the whole earth. Yeah. And so you are in your little houses, in your villages, in Africa or over the world. You are good there, no? But you are stunned by their skyscrapers. And you want to build. That's what they try to transform Africa in a skyscrapers. It's not good. God doesn't like that. And what did God say? They will be able to do what they want, which means that in those Babel towers, and it is true, it's the place of finances, so places of corruption, places of conception of evil plans. You know where it's those skyscrapers predispose people to do wrong thing or to plan wrong things. And if you see, well, they don't live there, they just work there, they just plan there. Yeah. So, and if you see for example, the resorts, the touristic sites they build, they don't build skyscrapers, they build little houses with coconut trees and things like that. And later they will say that when skyscrapers will be all over the world, even in Africa, there will not be, because God knows how to stop things. But afterwards, they will say that they invented those little houses because it's better for people. The thing is that they know how to present in a good manner what they are doing or what they have. Even if there is nothing there, they will make you think that there's a lot. And but when they are doing evil things, they prefer to do that in the darkness. They don't want you to know what they are up to. And so let's go now to the children part. Why do you think that they attack the children? First, yes, the children are the future of the human beings, and they don't want human beings. They don't like them. And but the children are related heavily in relation with the evil. The children are in relation with the heavens, with the heavenly realms, and they fight the evil. God uses the children to fight evil. If we read Psalm 8, verse 2, Psalm 8, verse 3 or verse 2, Psalm 8. Verse 2, through the praise of children and infants, you have established a stronghold against your enemies, to silence the foe and the avenger. Yeah. So something happened in that temple where Jesus was praying also. So this is in Matthew 21, verse 10, verse 15 to 17. Matthew 21. Matthew 21. Matthew 21, verses 15 to 17. But when the chief priests and the teachers of the law saw the wonderful things he did, and the children shouting in the temple courts, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were indignant. Do you hear what these children are saying? They asked him. Yes, replied Jesus. Have you never heard? Have you never read? From the lips of children and infants, you, Lord, have called forth your praise. They were supposed to be the doctor of the law. They should know this. Well, in fact, they know they're just playing, and they are against Jesus. And so, because what happened is that even the little babies were praising God. The infants and the babies were shouting. The angels through them were praising God. And you hear the voices coming out of the children's and the baby's mouth. It was a wonderful thing at that moment that happened. And often God uses the children to come to say the truth, because to confront the enemies. It is often said that truth comes from the mouth of the children. So spiritually, the power of the children is important because the children are directly related to God, to the heavenly realms. And why do you think now? This is a very important topic. All the topics are important nowadays, but this is a topic that needs to be really taken into consideration. So, why do you think they attack women now? And especially Black African women. It's not only about fecundity, they attack also the children. No, it's about the role of the woman, the Black woman, around, beside the Black man. Yeah, because when they say, you hear them say in their, when they talk, or in some videos, you say that for them, it's the Black woman who is the problem. They know why they say that. Of course, there's the melanin, there's the gene, specific to the black women, but all that is on the physical plan. On the spiritual realm, it is the light God put black woman, because when he did the woman and the man, they were black. So the black woman is directly created by God. She doesn't come gene mutation or another adaptation. No. So she's directly created by God, and she has that God's power in her. At the beginning, the devil was jealous of Adam, but he attacked Eve first. Why? Because he realized that if he doesn't diminish Eve, he can't reach Adam, because the light of Eve is so powerful that he can't reach Adam. It's exactly when you go outside, there's a lot of sun, the sun is so bright that you just close your eyes, you protect yourself. It's too much, and you can't keep on going. It's something like that. He can't even, because of the light of the black woman, he can't even localize the black man. He couldn't even reach Adam. So that's why, as he wanted to reach Adam, he had to get rid of Eve first. What he did. But Eve, she was not consentant. No, that she was naive on that topic, because God didn't explain at that time. God hadn't already explained to Adam and to Eve all the possibilities of the sexual part. See, so, and the devil knows that if, as long as Eve is in possession of all her faculties, he cannot reach Adam. So, but if Eve can't, so Eve cannot protect Adam if she is sad, she is deprived from her energy, from her star, from her light. And I'm talking that about the rape, and so the black woman has become like just nothing. She has almost lost her original light. There's still the light there, but she has been deprived, and she's always being attacked to be deprived of that. But she had also nowadays a lack of information, lack of knowledge, and the black man himself. Well, not all the black men, but let's talk, it's just an exhortation. The black man himself is very nasty to the black woman. So how can she protect you and pray for you if you are nasty to her? So the freedom and God hears the cries of the women and of the little girls. God hears their cries, and God knows why He created them for. So as long as the black woman is crying, is weeping, the black man cannot be totally liberated. The freedom of the black man and and of the human motherlands will happen when the joy has come back in the black woman's heart. And if the human motherland is not liberated and the black man is not liberated, the whole world will not be liberated. God always re-established things as they were in the beginning. So if you read the Psalm 48, verse 11, 48, let me sorry. Let Mount Zion rejoice, let the daughters of Judah be glad because of your judgments. Okay? And also Revelation 22, verse 13. It's the Christ saying, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the first and the last, the beginning and the end. And also Job 42, verse 10. After Job had prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. So it is very important to know that in the ancient Egypt, the black woman was respected because they had knowledge. She had instruction and she was predestined to even to be Pharaoh because there were women who were pharaohs. And the civilization was prosper you know. But because of all those spiritual knowledge and that knowledge who has been stolen, and hidden by the invaders, and hidden from the black people themselves. There is also something which is very important. Everything is important, but this needs to be taken seriously into consideration. It is the genital, the feminine genital mutilations. How you cut the sex of women and the little girls. Or there's the infibulation as well, where comment on dit, they sew the sex of women when or of the little girls, for them to remain, they say, to remain virgins, and that they take the thread out when they need to be married, starting marriage with a wound. They or when the husband travels, they thread the women, and when the husband comes back, they unthread, they take out the threads. So it's something really those things are really horrible, you know. And they say it's because that's what they are doing. It's in their civilization, their customs, something. No? All things are not necessarily good because it is what is done in the that's how we do it. Not doesn't mean it's good. Huh? In the past, among our ancestors, they were also bad people. They were sorcerers. They were traitors, like today. So suppose it's comment dire, an evil man or evil a sorcerer who said to cut women. So you do what the sorcerer said, no? Huh? And those two things even are not doesn't originate from the black civilizations. During the Arabo-Muslim slavery, they were castrating, the men. They were depriving the men from their manhood. And so they did the same from the women, for the women, except that as God in his um, how can I say, uh, in his intelligence, in his whatsoever, he created the woman with actually all the womb inside her. They still cut the sex, the external part of the women, as they cut the sex of the men at that time. So that is the origin of the excisions. And but for the women, it is something which causes them lot of damage and permanent permanent pain. Oh yeah, because she has to go through going with her husband, giving birth, and even whatsoever. So yeah, so how can you just catch a little girl and get her? The thing is that even the problem is that the black men do that also. Enfin, it's not maybe then who does that directly, but this way of doing is accepted and totally normal for the black man. When you find some body during the massacre, people who killed the terrorists and things or whatever, if because it's for sacrifice, you see, when you find some remains of the women's body, you see that their sex is missing, their genital parts are missing. So what are they doing with the genital parts, the women's genital parts? And now, all those bits of genital part of little girls or women, what do they do with that? What is this witchcraft? This is purely mystical. The woman is deprived from her light, from her force, through rape, through sexual mutilation, through and through all the mistreatings that the man do to her. And from her youngest age, even the little girls don't escape that. No woman should have to go through that anyway. And when the migrant women go through the desert, the first thing they do is to rape them. Yeah, because this is something systematic. This is something which is planned to deprive her from her light, from her energy, from her faculties. because the light of the black woman is very strong in the cosmos. Her power, black woman is a powerful woman that God created. And through all these behaviors, that they know what they are doing, because they are evil people. They are doing the work of the devil. If you see well, and they are demons, so they have this knowledge. This is what the devil did at the beginning with Eve. So he could be able to reach Adam. And if you think well, whether it is slavery, whether it is colonization, whether it is neo-colonization, they are all based on rape and murder. On a coupling, associating, creating brides, not bride, like when we will bride the animals, they bride also men and women. The esclavagists takes women as sexual slaves, or sometimes forced wife, and that all is what they do. And they say it's the black woman which is the problem. But you don't understand. It's spiritual. And the reason of those rapes and those nasty behavior against women, especially black African women, is to take away her light, to steal her light, to take away her femininity, her feminine attributes, to stop her to be able to have access to her riches, even her physical riches. They prevent her to have access to her gold, to her precious stones. The ancient women were covered with gold. Black women, or the old civilization was covered with gold and jewelry. And because those gold and jewelry have also their powers. So all this knowledge and all these possibilities have been taken away from the black woman and from the black man also. Because if the black woman cannot anymore protect the black man as it was in the beginning, so that's a problem to the black man. And all their organization of rape, mass c'est-à-dire it's organized, you know, and the light of the human motherland is driven towards the others. People, you know, they use the light of the black women, of the black men to construct, to build themselves, to in the construction, in the agriculture, they also still, I was gonna say, the qualified people. There's a lot of black people working in their hospital. Why there is no one to work in hospital in Africa? There is even no hospital. So with the complicity of the traitors, it's a total disaster. It will not remain like that. So those suffering, this humiliation of the black women is the consequence of those evil acts. But it's not the reason of those acts, if you see what I mean. So, and there's a problem also with the black men. Huh? With all this, they insult their wives. They, some women are subject to feminicide. Many women are killed by their husband. Mm-hmm. They say nasty things to them, insult them. Oh, down below it's not nice. Down below is not nice. Are you an animal? Do you have to go there since many years? All your children have been born from them, from there. So it's not a human being which is in front of you. And something also, what do you say when those women who are suffered in their body, who have gone through excision, they talk. Some have the possibility, some have the courage to talk. They say that they've been amputated, and it's true. It's an amputation. There's nothing to do with circumcision. Circumcision is not amputing the woman, the man's sexual part. No, circumcision, you take away these unnecessary flesh, which is, that's all. You don't cut the sex of the man. There, you cut the sex of the woman. This is horrible. But you see why they do it anyway. But which is not good is that the black man is also permitting that. I'm not accusing him, because there are circumstances, whether it is intentionally or not intentionally is not the problem. The problem is that it is permitted and legalized. So there's something really important to be stopped. And also, there are also some situations, because in the past also, it is true that during the raffles, during when they were catching people in Africa to send them away, and during slavery, some population had to mutilate themselves or commit some act so that they can escape to be taken away. And but let this stay in that context. Now, those things, the bad one, if it is something, now it's a kind of how you can recognize there are something, scars is nothing, but there are some of them which are nasty and which needs to stop, like ironing the breast of the little girl, of the young girls. You hit the stone and you put that on their breast. What is that? What is that? Can someone be? Can you get out of your sleep and I don't know, stop those horrible things against women? Because as long as the black woman is not liberated, the black man will not be liberated, and the world will not be liberated. Of course, God will liberate his where his dwelling, of course, but the light, the joy will not be there. Even if God liberates the human motherlands, you can be rich, you can, but you will not have joy, you black man. It's not possible. God even will not permit that as long as you do nasty thing to black women. So, but the thing is that some people always the same. They use these sexual mutilation as a political way. They use it for political things, and in the same time they make plans to sterilize black women, and they organize mass rape on them. Mass rape on them. So let's not use some topics so easily. So now we will read Ephesians 5, verse 31. Ephesians 5, 31. Yeah. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. Because you men, you must know that as long as you go with a woman, with a woman, you make one with her. But if you mistreat her, that means you mistreat yourself. You can get some advantages, but you are putting yourself down because you are one. You have already been one, made one with her. And Exodus 21. Exodus 21, verse 10 to 11. If he marries another woman, he must not deprive the first one of food, clothing, and retorts. If he does not provide her with these three things, she is to go free without any payment of money. It is clear. You cannot just do things with no consequences. It's not possible. So this video has come to an end. See you at the next video.